ko pa alam. Depende yan. I'd like to do the third to end the trilogy of Kasal-Kasalin Sakal-Sakali. I don't know yet what, anong title nun. Pero alam na namin ang mangyayari. Alam na namin ang mangyayari, pero hindi ko pa alam ang title. At saka hindi ko alam kung gagawin pa ng Star Cinema yun. Siguro, kung, if we can live past 2012, then maybe Star Cinema might reconsider it. Oh, yes, yeah.
I'm not sure if you're the best person to answer this, but do you think having social media or bloggers would help the movie?
Oh yeah, definitely. Never underestimate the power of social media. I've come to realize that, you see. I've come to realize that, and it has kept me. I think social media and exercise are better than Botox. Yeah, because it is different when you think. Before, we used to disseminate and accept information through a one-way process. You get print media and then you just react to what you read. But now you interact with what you read and you interact with the writer. So in other words, what you do is you expand your consciousness. Every data sharing event becomes a learning experience, and it's by mutual learning. I think even analyzing promotions and the marketing of films, the success of Kimidora, which is still the most successful, if not the second most successful indie movie, was not done through very expensive marketing of television. It was viral. Okay? And the same thing can be held true for Zombadings. So in other words, the equations are changing, which is good. It is good in the sense that we will, with the help of social media and the evolution of the internet and its power, we will be able to eventually put an end to the duopoly of media in our country. Shamsi, eat your heart out, bitch. No, you can. Iba na, nag-iiba na eh. And people do not recognize that. People do not recognize the power of even No Other Woman. Although it is an integration of two major studios together with a network, the power came about through Facebook, to Twitter, of people quoting all those bitchy lines. Diba? That is what creates word of mouth, and marketing is basically word of mouth. You can spend gazillions promoting your movie in TV trailers, which is about what, 300,000 for 250 to 300 per 30 seconds, no? Yeah, that's how hard it is. That's how Charo keeps her figure. Okay? But then that's only for the first day. Kasi kung lahat ng pinagkakagastahan ng promo ay surefire nakikita, walang flop na pelikula ang mga major studios, but they do have flops. They do have flops because word of mouth is most important. And what is Twitter and what is Facebook ba but word of mouth? Word of a lot of mouths. So it is important.
So for your future films, would be tapping, would be doing the same training?
That I don't know. That depends on my producer. But I put up my own production company now, okay, which I hope to be doing indie movies. The name is Larga Vista. Okay, binoculars. Okay, because I used to have one. I put it down because it's so expensive to pay taxes every month, and you're not doing anything talaga. So, but now I'm putting it up again because we want to check. We just can't keep having No Other Woman and Private Benjamin as the only staple diet of Philippine cinema. I think we deserve better. I have nothing against those movies. I think they're great. They're great for the industry. But we need variety. And we need voices to come out which are not necessarily empowered just by money alone, but voices which are empowered by creativity.
Direk, given the choice, would you rather do comedy or at least...
No, at this point, I'd really like to do a drama. I told Boss Orly this. The next commercial movie I will do is an adult fucking drama. Because I'm so sick and tired of rom-coms. Rom-coms. Give me another rom-com and I'll die of diabetes. I'll have a sugar overload, di ba? You know, I mean, just how much more can you be? I'd like to do I'd like to do my sequel to live show.
Yes, daw.
Sila muna. I'd like to do something not politically serious. I don't want to do, you know, the Ampatuans or something like that. Ampatuans, the musical. I'd like to do something na hindi pa nakikita ng mga dati. Kasi yan, look at No Other Woman. That's the success of No Other Woman. Matagal nang walang ganung pelikula. And Private Benjamin is the phenomenon of Vice Ganda. Diba? Sabi namin, when you, that's the, you do something new, you shock the audience. The moment you become predictable, diba? Did you see this documentary featured in Cinema One last
year.
Halloween? It's done by Jay Abelio. It's called Indie, Papaano Ka Ginawa? Hindi na panood na, ay, ang ganda. Ang ganda. Cinema One came up with a really nice docu on a comparison of commercial movies and indie movies here in the country. And we were interviewed the commercial filmmakers, commercial producers, and the indie filmmakers. Ang ganda. It was a very scathing. I'm so surprised Cinema One aired it.
Sir, you haven't joined any Cinema One, or did you? Not sure.
I'm a semi-finalist, that's why I came late. I was writing the script. Hopefully I can get into the director's showcase. That's why I put up Larga Vista. If not, well, that means it's not yet my time. But I am yearning to do. I used to be a screener and a juror of Cinemalaya, but this time nainggit ako kay Joel. So I'm doing and Hale, di ba? So I want to do one on my own too. Okay, and there are about 9 of us, and then 5 will be chosen. I hope I'm one of the 5.
I'm a real fan of the cinema during the 70s, the dark films like Manila After Dark and Scorpio Nights. I'm just wondering why there's a sudden decline recently. Parang the movies are so shallow.
Oh God, it'll take me 30 minutes. But
In a nutshell.
okay, in a nutshell, number one is if you have an R18 movie, it cannot be shown in major malls. Okay, which constitutes a good 60% of all the available screening rooms in our country. R18 movies, because of an act of faith and to uphold our moral values, okay, cannot be shown in major malls. Okay, some malls, a certain chain of malls will not accept it, and that necessarily changes the equation of Filipino producers making movies which are of adult content. Diba? Secondly, the entire mathematics of Philippine movies changed tremendously from the 70s as they are today. Once upon a time, there were movie actors and movie producers, and there were TV actors and TV producers. But nowadays, it's one and the same.
I don't really like that.
Neither do we. In a country which doesn't have an antitrust law, you can do anything. Okay? So as a result of that, nagpalit. Okay? And then nowadays, I gave a statement in that documentary I was telling you about. There's a very big difference between movies and films. Okay? Movies are products, which are no different from feminine hygiene products and
Cosmetics.
3-in-1 coffee. Everything is market-based. They have a formula to, if this is the kilig, okay, it's going to earn this much millions. If this is the tawa, it's going to earn this much. In other words, everything is calibrated and equated and pre-planned by a creative committee. So that's a product. It's not an act of creation, it's an act of manufacturing. And that's why you have these movies, okay, which are all one and the same. Diba? A film is different. A film has a personal statement. That's why it is so, I find it so important to award anybody the prefix of Direk. Because a director does not merely put together a film, he must have a vision and a philosophy. He is not an employer. Okay? there's a difference between, hindi ba? Okay, all the fashion people here, hindi ba? There's a difference between a designer and a costurera.
Yes.
Okay?